In Uganda, 41% of people live in poverty, and almost half of Uganda's population is under the age of 15. Uganda is a nation classified as fourth world by the United Nations. There are many reasons for such poverty. Families in Uganda are often large, and with the lack of finances and resources, larger families are highly likely to fall below the poverty line.
See you next time.
Education can transform a child's life and break the cycle of poverty. And today is the day before Faith, a 9-year-old girl who has been sponsored by a family from the UK, is off to boarding school. A day of shopping is required, purchasing a mattress, clothes, shoes, books, pens and paper, and of course hygiene essentials. Alongside Africa have done this dozens of times over the years. But to see a child, one who may have been affected by extreme deprivation, abuse or exploitation, giggle with glee in the supermarket when they see all they've got for their adventures is a gratifying gift.
The cost of all of this, it's around 500 to 600 Ugandan shillings.
We started 6 years ago down the road, and we started with a few kids. We picked them from the street. Most of the kids that we started with, they were strictly from the street. We said on a Sunday, come over, we have provisions for you. There are opportunities that you need to grab. When you get these kids, when these kids are staying on the street, even if they are not staying on the street, and they are not in school, these kids, they have no any healthy education.
And these are the children of the Future Generation Nursery and Primary School. Alongside Africa work closely with this school and have a number of sponsored children boarding there, one of whom is now Faith. I'm Louise James. My family, Rich, my husband, and our children Jasmine and Miles are delighted to be sponsoring Faith through her new adventures and the opportunities they will bring. After 2 years with schools closed in Uganda due to COVID-19, the children have been long looking forward to returning to school, and it's wonderful to know that Faith will be part of this. As we all know, education is everything. Faith doesn't need to go back home where she may not be safe. She needs the love and support that we, the school, and alongside Africa can give her.
Spent here 6 years. Yeah.
And so you spent here a long time.
Yeah, I spent here a long time.
Yeah. So what is it like to live here?
Here is just the life of schooling, but it's good, and academic we're performing very well.
Most of our students are orphans and vulnerable children and street kids like these we get from alongside Africa.
And when you say they're vulnerable children, in which way are they vulnerable?
Some don't have parents
and then they leave their grandmothers. And then when you are living with a grandmother, you are there to help. You have to carry firewood, you have to cook, you have to bring water home. You know, we go fetching. It's not like in these advanced countries where you have water in your houses. So they are vulnerable in that way. They don't have someone to pay for them school fees. And then you find it's a wish for a kid, but then he or she cannot afford. Or it's a wish of a grandparent, but they cannot afford because they have no resources where to get money to pay for school fees. I have no support from Ugandan government pertaining my school, apart from the just working environment, because they are not giving us anything in terms of support. But we are educating Ugandans. If it was not some kind of sponsorship, we wouldn't manage. We have got sponsors. Some kids are sponsored and others are not sponsored. If kids are sponsored, of course, it's easy. We are able to get food for our kids. We are able to pay our teachers. We are able to pay for our patrons. They have school uniform. They have books. So there is no missing. They know what they should do is studies. That's why we've been emerging the best school in Rwanda in terms of academic.